Hi, I'm Swarpa Patel, course instructor for fluid mechanics. In this presentation, we will learn about hydrostatic pressure, force, and applications. Hydrostatic pressure is the pressure exerted by static fluid, that is, the fluid which is at rest. Here, there is a flowing fluid which is considered, which is flowing over a solid boundary. There are two layers taken into consideration, that is layer 1 and layer 2 of flowing liquid. At the surface of contact, since there is friction being offered by the solid boundary over the liquid, velocity at contact will be equal to 0. And as we move away from the solid boundary, the effect of friction reduces and velocity increases. Let velocity of layer 2 be equal to u and velocity of layer 1 will be more than u by amount du, hence it is u plus du. The difference in velocities of both the layers is du, which are separated by distance dy. Since there is flow of one layer over another layer, there will be shear stress which will be exerted due to friction. So, by Newton's law of viscosity, we know that shear stress is directly proportional to shear strain, that is velocity gradient du by dy. When we remove this proportionality sign, we get a constant, that is mu. So, tau is equal to mu into du by dy. So, this equation is valid for a flowing liquid. But here we are considering static fluid. So, for fluid which is at rest, there won't be motion between the fluid layers. As there is no motion of fluid layers, friction is equal to 0. And also shear stress, that is tangential stress, will also be equal to 0. As fluid is at rest, there won't be any velocity gradient, that is du by dy is equal to 0. So from this equation, if we substitute du by dy equal to 0, we get tau, that is shear stress, also equal to 0. So that means for a fluid at rest, there won't be any shear stress. The force exerted on a surface by a fluid at rest is normal to the surface at the point of contact, as there is no relative motion between the fluid and the solid surface, and thus no shear forces can act parallel to the surface. So, the total force acting on the submerged body will be only due to pressure, that is the normal stress, as shear stress obviously is equal to 0, and also force due to gravity. Total pressure is denoted by F. It is the force exerted by a static liquid on a surface, which can be either plane or curved. And this force is always perpendicular to the surface in contact. And the center of pressure is denoted by Hc. It is the point of application of the resultant pressure on the surface. So we need to know what is total pressure exerted by static fluid on the surface in contact and what is the center of pressure. Now we will find out some of the applications. Fluid statics is used to determine the forces acting on floating or submerged bodies and the forces developed by devices like hydraulic press and car jacks. This is a hydraulic press which consists of static fluid. And on left hand side there will be application of the force which is of smaller magnitude, and this force will help in lifting heavy weight, that is the large force. So here there will be force which will be exerted perpendicular to the surface in contact. The design of many engineering systems like water dams and liquid storage tanks require the determination of the forces acting on the surfaces using fluid statics. Here we can see a dam on which there is force F being exerted by the static fluid which is there in the reservoir. So we need to know what is the resultant force acting on the vertical surface of the dam in order to prevent failure of dam. This is the India's highest arch dam, that is Idukki Dam, situated over Periyar River in Kerala. The dam's retaining structure is curved, and we need to know what is the force being exerted by this static fluid on the curved surface in order to prevent the failure of the dam. This is the liquid storage tank, and while designing, the force being exerted by the liquid which it is going to store need to be known. This is the sluice gate which is used to regulate the flow of water through the water channel. When the gate is closed, there will be force exerted by this static fluid on its curved surface. So in order to prevent failure of this gate, we need to know how much is the resultant force exerted by the static fluid.